Trying not to lose my shit. I'm just trying not to lose my shit.
Link in the description and join our Discord channel today. Go ahead and be part of a community with awesome events, awesome people, and awesome content creators alike. And go ahead and support all content creators that are available in the EHG community and TemGameBoyz Discord channel. Also subscribe to the EHG community and TemGameBoyz to get notifications for new videos and future streams that are going to be coming up soon. Thank you very much. What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of TemGameBoyz. It's me and Ribbon again playing some ASTRO. Okay, so we were talking about MomoCon nonsense shenanigans bullshit that's going on. So you were talking about us, like, MomoCon getting swatted at one point.
It got raided. Sorry, raided, not swatted. The same difference, man. So, a couple years ago, and there's several videos on this you can look up if you want to see like actual videos of it for anybody who's watching. MomoCon police raid. So, a couple years ago, MomoCon had put they had moved their rave over to this other building that was like across the square, which was great, by the way. If MomoCon somehow hears this, you need to do that again, because that was the best rave. I've been over 10 years, that was the best rave they ever had. Was having it in that building. They had like a bar inside, everything. It was so nice, right?
I have not gone to one.
But
now that makes me want to go to one.
The one that MomoCon had in the separate building was 100 times better than any one that I've been that's been like in an actual panel building, right? So you had to walk back. So we had finished the rave. We start walking back. It's maybe like a 6-minute walk to walk across the square. We're walking across. We're over to the because we're walking around the park. Over back to the thing. Now keep in mind, I do not regularly drink. So when I go to like a MomoCon rave or something, though, I will partake. So in my defense, I was a little bit inebriated. That's why I have my sober friend with me. And
welcome to MomoCons. Everybody having fun.
Right? So I'm like walking. I was wearing Hatsumikun, but I was in a rave, like, sexy maid outfit. So I probably look like a drunk hooker, okay? To any civilians, like anybody who knows what's going on, they know that it's just like me coming back from the rave. You can see all the rave people. But like, I just imagine if like a civilian drove by, they probably just thought we were a bunch of hookers. But like, if you're familiar with rave wear, you know what rave wear looks like. So we're like walking back. I've got this long Miku wig, so I'm like trying to like be able to see what's going on. And there's this grass pit at MomoCon that is usually known for being the chill spot. It always has been. I mean, last year it got a little bit wild. Like a lot of people were hanging out there last year. But that's usually the side where it's got all this grass. So it's like concrete. It's building concrete grass. And there's like a grass pit area. A lot of people just lay there and chill. So we started walking to go over there, and all of a sudden there are cops screaming at us to go. They're like, "You guys, everybody's gotta get out there right now." And we're like, "What the fuck?" And I finally moved my wig enough, my big ass Miku wig enough to look around, and me and Katie realized there's a fucking raid happening. So like, they are clearing out. Ed Sheeran fans called on us. That's what happened. So there was an Ed Sheeran concert next door to MomoCon at the time, and the Ed Sheeran fans were trashing up the place and then blamed it on MomoCon attendees. So the cops came and were like clearing out the whole thing, like shoving people. There was like people getting into arguments. They're like, it's not us, it's the Ed Sheeran fans. MomoCon has like permanent beef with Ed Sheeran now. Like, look up MomoCon Ed Sheeran beef.
Hold on a second. So we were literally beefing with musical Ron Weasley's fucking fans.
Right?
Like, Jesus Christ. All right.
It's because it's not even him. It was his fans. His fans were like leaving. It's so crazy. The craziest part about all this is during all this, before the cops showed up, where Ed Sheeran fans had left mountains of trash in all the grass areas, there was like a group of furries who were walking around picking it up for free to be nice after seeing them trash it, and then they fucking called, and I don't even know what they said, but a bunch of them got together and called on frickin' MomoCon. And so they raided everybody, like shoved them inside. What's funny is a mutual of mine, her husband, who is also a mutual of mine, I had walked up to him, and it was so crazy with the police raid and the alcoholic beverages in my system. I had no idea it was her husband. Like, I was talking to this man. We were, like, focused on, like, how insane this was because they were arguing and fighting with people. The cops were getting in people's faces, like, shoving everybody out. And there's a video I posted on TikTok where you can see the cops in the background, like, literally doing it was so crazy because I did not realize that. I just walked into it. It was already actively happening, and I just walked into the police raid. Like, it was, like,
Oh
I
my
was so
God.
out of it I didn't notice.
Oh my God. Like, so.
And then a woman came up to me and offered me slime out of her boobs.
I'm sorry. What? how do we go from police raid?
Because this happened within 2 seconds of each other. So when the raid thing was going on, everybody was scattering, and they were making us go inside. And as I go inside and I'm talking to, like, this, mutual's husband, who I did not realize was him, this girl comes up to me in this Minnie Mouse outfit and, like, got really big cleavage. And she goes, "Do you want some slime?" And then pulls out containers of slime between her cleavage and offers it to us. And I'm just like, okay. So in the matter of about 5 minutes, I went from enjoying the rave, well, about 10 minutes because of the walk, enjoying the rave, to walking into a police raid and then being given slime out of a random woman's breasts.
That has to be an interesting story that I have never heard now, and that's probably
That sums up MomoCon.
that. Jesus Christ! I gotta tell this to my friend Arch, because my friend Arch and I went over there, right? So we came 5 minutes after the actual ambulance came in for that guy who was trying to unalive himself.
From last year, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like, and then like apparently someone actually tried to bring a weapon to use over there. So he was like, "Yo, Craze, you almost died, bro." I'm like, because they call me Craze, because
Well, that's the one thing about the weapon thing. People were stipulating. So you know how there was a Magic the Gathering event the year before?
oh god, it had to be the Magic the Gathering.
So not the year with the person who tried to take his life, but the year before that. So last year, 2024. Sorry, like I have to like circulate the freaking dates. 2024 MomoCon though. There was the incident. This is not the incident with the raid. This was another year. There was an incident with a weapon threat, and it turns out it was from the Magic the Gathering side. Because what happened is there was a Magic Gathering. I'm pretty sure it was Magic the Gathering. It was something. It was one of the card games. I feel like an idiot because I can't remember for sure if it was Magic the Gathering. If it was,
it sounds like a Magic the Gathering.
I'm pretty sure it was Magic the Gathering because MomoCon was happening on one side of the event center, and then there was the giant card competition on the other side. I'm like 90% sure it was Magic the Gathering. But there was like literally something going on tournament-wise on the other side that was not affiliated with MomoCon, and there was like some issue with somebody bringing a weapon, and people were like, "Oh yeah, like somebody brought a weapon." And people were like, "No, that was on the other side. That was the other event. That was not affiliated with Momo."
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I had a feeling it was something stupid or why somebody brought a damn weapon, and you kind of confirmed it. It's fucking Magic the Gathering. Like, that's why I stopped playing Magic the Gathering. It gets too competitive over shit.
I can't. And I've watched so many people who left Magic the Gathering in general because of that kind of stuff, and because of the toxicity, and because of the, like, people shitting in chairs too. Is that I have an ex who's a semi-pro player.
Hold on. You're not gonna walk past shitting in chairs and not explain that. I'm sorry. You have to explain that one.
I was getting to that. So like I said, I have an ex who's a semi-pro Magic the Gathering player. He works. He's out of college now, but he did that when he was in college. He did like Magic Gathering full time, would do these competitions, and that's how, right? So I would go with Seth to the tournaments because, like I said, I grew up in Magic the Gathering tournaments and stuff. Like my parents owned the first card shop, in like a small card shop in West Virginia, in our area, and stuff when I was real little until later on with the floods and stuff. But I like grew up seeing the nasty, stinky. I was around whenever they had to make the hygiene rule, but there was more than one time where at that point I'd already just been like, I don't want to play anymore. But it got worse when I started going to tournaments with him just to be supportive. I would go to these tournaments with him, and there was so many times where they would have players get up and there'd be shit streaks on the chairs.
That's this.
And there was somebody on TikTok who had a video too, like they did but I told a story about that. They had stitched my video and was like, oh yeah, here's a video of it. And like, it was a video of shit streaks and chairs at Magic the Gathering tournaments.
That's really disgusting on many different levels.
There's a reason why Magic the Gathering had to make additional hygiene rules.
You know what? Of course, we don't blame it. Of course, we're not really gonna blame it at all, because they're like, even in certain areas, like especially in our one of the actual shops that I used to go to, and people really smell terrible. But it wasn't even just that. It was also the fact of just like, I stopped playing Magic the Gathering because people were being assholes. Like the major assholes.
Yeah, people are like there was oh gosh, what is her name? There was a girl on TikTok who was talking about this. This is one of my old mutuals, and she got banned. I remember. I feel bad for her. She got banned for, she had cleavage in too many cosplay videos, and they banned her. And I'm like, that's so stupid. But I mean, I've seen girls in string bikinis, but it's a cosplayer with their cleavage. Oh my gosh, the world's ending, right?
Yeah.
So she had made a video, though. I remember talking about why she left Magic the Gathering. She did a whole breakdown about like why she left it. And part of it was people just being complete assholes. For example, there was a point where, keep in mind, this was not like a regular tournament or anything. It was just like Monday Night Magic at a card shop. And she had a guy get in her face and was screaming at her because she wanted to use a proxy, because there was like a really expensive card she was thinking about buying, but she wanted to see how it went her deck. And she wasn't even trying to play with him. She was just playing with like other people. And they're just having regular like Monday Night Magic. And he got upset with her and got in her face, screaming about how she shouldn't be coming to the card shop and playing with proxies, and that, you know, anybody that plays proxies shouldn't be allowed to play at the card shop. You need to keep those at home, blah, blah, blah. Like, get in her face over this. Because she wanted to play a couple of rounds with her friends. She wasn't even playing with them.
It's very, very weird. Like for me, like I got into an argument with a guy because I was playing a deck that I couldn't really do anything too much, because mine was being countered like left and right, and my counters countered his deck. And then so he got upset. He's like, you know what? You don't know how to play the game. You get upset. You suck. And I was like, yo, stop bitching someone. I told him, like, stop being such a baby. He's like, and then he's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bitch and complain. I'm like, all right, go ahead and do so. So that's where I stopped. And then it got to a point where everybody, like a lot of people stopped doing it, because there were people that were doing things like in regards to, like, apparently I was anti-LGBT when I went to go eat at Chick-fil-A.
I will never. Oh my
Like,
god, I have a funny story about that.
Yeah.
I used to get freebies. So, performative activism. I'm not going to get into like the difference in performative activism and actual activism, but I had somebody who was like really performative activism, but never actually followed through with it. And one time, I had gotten a coupon for a free sandwich at Chick-fil-A, and that was like the only time I had went to Chick-fil-A. And I get this free sandwich, and they were like, you're abandoning your queerness by getting this free sandwich. And I'm like, I'm not even giving them money. It was a free sandwich, and they were the only thing within walking distance of the con. And they gave me a 20-hour lecture on this shit. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I got a free sandwich, man. If anything, I'm like helping the cause because I'm taking money from them, because I'm not spending any money. I'm just getting the freebie, and that costs them money. Thank you.
Yeah. I got into an argument because I wanted to get chicken nuggets. I was like, I only eat them there because the actual chicken nuggets is legit, like cut up pieces of chicken, not like the all mashed up bullshit that most places do, like chicken nuggets. So I'm like, yeah, I told them that. Then I get a whole lecture about it, and then everybody's like, oh, you know, you can just cook at home. I'm like, bitch, you are not cooking for me. It's so annoying for that. I'm like, go ahead, cook for me. I got to a point where, you know, one of the guys that was defending the person worked at the card shop, and when he worked at the card shop, I went ahead and and I put the card shop on blast. I'm like, I got banned from this card shop simply because
Eating at Chick-fil-A.
for eating at Chick-fil-A. The owner told me, he's like, Nico, can you take the thing down? I'm like, why? I'm like, why? You know what your friend did is wrong. I was like, yeah, yes, please, just take it down. So I even got to a point where I was like, hey, you know what? Here's what it is. It will stay up until we have this conversation. When we have a conversation, that's what I want to know. I'm like, I don't have no way of going over there. I'm like, so the guy who caused that issue, he was like, you know what? I'll go pick him up. We'll have a conversation. All right. I was like, all right, no problem. So I went ahead, got him to pick me up, and then we had a conversation. I explained to him why I'm doing that. Me being especially asexual, it gets to a point where it's like, bro, like, why are you going at me? I just went to go get some food. I'm like, dude, you banned me from certain areas. You banned me from the store for no reason. So there was that.
The chicken nuggies.
Yeah, and it got to a point where one of my other friends who worked there, he when I went back to the store, everybody was like, dude, aren't you banned? I'm like, who said I was banned? I'm like, he was like, apparently that's what I'm hearing. I'm like, oh, really? No. Okay. So that was the thing. So I spoke to him. I was like, yeah, people were saying that, like, apparently I'm banned now. And like, he's like, no, you're not banned. I was never heard about that. I was never told about that. And then he got to a point where apparently, like, he had to go to the group that was causing the issue for me. And he was like, hey guys, look, I'm hearing people are saying that Nico is banned on the thing. Let me just make this clear. He's not banned. He's allowed to come here and play games just like everyone else. He's allowed to play games just like everyone else. And he stood up for me. He was a cool guy. And, you know, like, here's my thing about that. I told him, got to a point where actually he actually proposed to his fiance recently and got married. Congratulations.
Oh, nice.
But
also, just quick disclaimer: if you hear weird noises, it's because I'm trying to crush this dang slushie.
That's fine.
I just didn't want you to be like, what the fuck is happening in the background there?
That's fine. Don't worry. But as I said, it goes to a point where it's like he sticks out for me. I'm like, yeah, dude, I haven't done anything. Like I spoke to Phil about it and everything, and then which was the owner of the store, and then like he literally stood up for me. He's like, you guys need to leave him alone. He's like, if this is the case, then I'm gonna start banning people myself. I'm like, all right, no problem. Thank you, I appreciate it. And, like, I didn't even do anything, so I stopped going to that place. I stopped doing business with that place because I actually wanted to go ahead and do business because I like that place and like you know, certain people that used to go over there. And when I used to go over there, I used to pay like for like a mini room for like my event for when I'm streaming and everything. I'm like, hey, if you guys want to go ahead and do this like little raffle and everything, I was gonna go ahead and give them like a play mat and stuff like that. You know, like a little raffle for that. You know, like anything for like that type of thing. But as I said, I just got to a point where, you know, I was like, I'm done playing Magic the Gathering. I'm done like doing things like trying to have fun with people that don't want to have fun, that don't want to have fun with me, that will cause issues with me. And I was like, you know, fuck it. I was like, fuck Magic the Gathering. So it was to a point where, god damn it, I messed up. But it was to a point where even to a point where with the story of that, me and my friend Trap, we call him Trap. He actually
Stop card.
Yeah, he has.
Sorry.
Yeah, what happened? You okay?
You said trap, and I said trap card.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he calls himself Trapixium. He's a streamer. He's a really good guy. Him and his wife has always been so good to me. For people. We actually went to the same school. He got to a point where he's like calling out Magic the Gathering for the racism. because like he sees like a lot of people tend to be very racist, or somewhere like those areas it tends to be very racist with certain competitions or certain companies.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that a lot. I have heard slurs that, Lord, I'm like, what the like, and just out in the open, like getting mad at Magic Gathering cons, it's calling people slurs, and I'm just like, wow, that was. And nobody's act shocked is the thing. I'll be like sitting there. There was a couple times I would go to tournaments with Seth, and I would be sitting there, and freaking, I would like just hear somebody say like a full-on slur to somebody's face over a game, and nobody would be shocked except for me. And I'd be sitting there like, is nobody else shocked? And Seth'd be like, oh yeah, this is normal.
Like, this is normal. Like, it's like,
I'm like, why? And he's like, yeah, I don't agree with it, but it's normal.
yeah, it's
In
like
a Magic Gathering tournament.
yeah, it's like a bad smell in a Smash tournament.
Oh god, don't get me started on Smash.
Oh my goodness, you have so many damn stories. like there's so many stories. I'm like, we already went through 4.
Funny story about Smash Bros. This club that I dated, this also goes back to MomoCon because that was my breaking point. Well, we didn't date, we were in a situationship, whatever the fuck that means.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's a long story, but yeah. So he goes to Smash Bros tournaments quite a bit. Now keep in mind, he does not have a license. And he doesn't drive. He's in his 30s. And I found out some funny news. So he is this is the guy that when we went to MomoCon, because I wouldn't sleep with him, he refused to shower. He said he didn't even pack a toothbrush either for the whole weekend.
All right, before we continue this, who is this character?
Oh, the doggy!
It is,
Oh shit.
It is a doggy.
Name. Oh fuck.
It's a rapper.
Yes, I know exactly, and his picture is in my brain. Fuck. I know exactly who he is, and my brain's glitching.
PlayStation 1.
Oh god, hold on. I got this. Zoom in a little bit more. Oh, whoa, what the heck? It like made you walk through him for a second there. Oh. Oh my god, this is gonna drive me nuts. Let me see the logo on his thing.
There's a little frog.
His name's Paul's or Paul. Paul's or Paul. Something rap. It's something Paul. It's either Paul's rapper or Paul. Paul rap?
Parappa.
God damn it.
Parappa the rapper.
Yes.
Right there.
I knew this. My brain was glitching. I was like, I know this.
This has.
I can image him in my head.
He had like one song with Chopmaster Onion. Like clearly, I believe a karate master that
the Smash Bros. I was gonna say yeah.
I want to hear this story.
He funny story is after I stopped putting up with his shit. I found out from several people that were in the Smash Bros thing. They were like, yeah, so we put up with him because he was friends with you and like one other person, and we're not picking him up to go anymore. He's gonna have to go with another group because he smells. And I'm like, yep, valid. Turns out he would only bathe if I was gonna be around.
Ew.
And if he thought he would only bathe if he thought he was gonna get laid. Like I said, the weekend we went to MomoCon, he didn't even pack a toothbrush or anything, or soap or anything, and then refused to bathe. To the point where there was a point when I was like, okay, I'm done with this. You're not gonna treat me like shit. You're not gonna keep touching me inappropriately when I tell you not to. And so we had I went and slept in my best friend's room. And there's a point where he did that, the narcissistic shit where they're like, I don't want to bother you shit, trying to get attention, right? There was a point he was like, oh, you can go back in that room, like, I won't bother you, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I try to play
and
the
I
victim.
go in the room, and the bed smelled so bad where he'd been sleeping there. I was like, nope, there's literally a grease stain, and you've only been here 2 days.
That is disgusting.
Keep
I'm
in
sorry.
mind, the Smash Bro group didn't want him around because of his smell. So that's saying a lot.
That is
Smash
saying
Bro
a
is
lot.
known. Like, Melee, man.
Oh. God damn it. You know what's fucked up? That from that story, for some reason, I feel like I could smell him. Like the
You
way.
probably can.
Like,
And the crazy thing is, like, we're for Christmas, because we were friends for like 14 years before this. Also, just a clarification for anybody confused, I am ethically poly, which is not the same thing as open or swingers or anything like that. It's a very different thing. Because I've had people who are like, wait a minute, how have you dated so many people that you've also been with one person for 11 years? Like, yeah, so not the same thing as open or swingers or anything, like completely different thing. Also not the same thing as the Mormon cult shit. But yeah, he had a head indent, like a severe head indent from having his headset on for so long. Like for so many years that he has and I don't mean just like a little one, I mean like a permanent head indent.
Oh, it was
like
it was like
massive.
it was like that streamer what's his name the stream with Queso
I'm not sure.
The one that was playing Wii.
Although ironically this guy is a ginger, except for he's balding, so
you know what? You know what? First of all, I know people give a lot of shit to Queso. On a side note, for some reason, that is one of my favorite streamers right now. I'm gonna say this. Queso is.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never watched his streams, but I've watched the videos, like the replays and stuff.
You should see, like, he has patience and he has a sense of humor. That's why I like him. Like,
yeah, I like his like reaction clips and stuff I've seen of him like on stream that people reposted.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's also like he also had like the thing where people can send him PlayStation messages, and they call him like funny names, and then like he will react to them.
I was watching his reaction to Meat Canyon.
Meat Canyon.
Okay, this is gonna be a hot take. Everybody, Meat Cannon, sorry. I don't know why I said Meat Cannon. It's because he does like Uncanny Valley stuff, so my brain.
Yeah, it's Meat Canyon.
Meat Canyon. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's the worst thing is to be, have a video done of you by Meat Cannon. Yeah, right. Here's my thing: is that would be my life's goal. I would like him to, because it's fucking hilarious. I think it's hilarious. I feel like it's like getting roast. Like people, they used to do those things where it'd be like the roast of Charlie Sheen or the roast of this person. That's what meat is to me.
For me,
I want it. I want him to fucking like make fun of me.
For me, I guess it's more of the idea of oh, excuse me. It's more of the idea of like if I get like any type of like someone to even do a thumbnail for me, I'll be blessed. Like I do all my thumbnails by myself. I do everything by myself, like artwork wise, making, editing, all of that by myself. If I get someone to help me out with that, then that's
I highly recommend looking into coding art. I've been loving learning that. I did have people think it was AI art at first, and I had to explain that difference because my former coworker, he does the coding art because he can't draw, and like I'm like that. I have the damage to my hands because my thumb got cut off and reattached improperly. So like I can't draw. I used to beforehand, but so I did code. I've been learning how to do code art. I will say it's through Python is the best way to do it, and so that can be a little intimidating for people. Yeah, I've been slowly learning.
Yeah, I can tell.
And that's why I got some thumbnails.
As an artist myself, I can tell the difference. Yeah, so that is art by itself because it also does take some type of I would say some type of idea of what art is and just putting it in coding. But
exactly.
Yeah, but as I said, like with me and let's say Josh, because Josh is of course Heart Hero in our group, we despise AI. And I tell him why. Bro,
I want there to be a study on AI psychosis because I am extremely anti-AI. I did I got a lot of shit. I pissed off a lot of pro AI people because I did a social experiment and told people that there was like a couple images of code art, and I said, "Oh, this is AI," just to see, because I was already having people think that. So I was like, "Let me see reactions," and then I did a whole educational video. I'm like, so this is a social experiment. Here's proof. Here's how this works, and like educated people on it, right? But then there was an incident with those AI chatbots with my friend's my friend's son, who got caught with some of them, right? And I started going down the rabbit hole of AI psychosis, like looking at people that have it. There's people proposing to that shit and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's like bad. And I, as somebody who works in mental health research, me and my boss have talked about this. We're like, we are waiting for there to be a thing to come up on the docket for a grant for AI, for research on AI psychosis.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's like, so, like, I understand if you're doing it for fun, then you could do it for fun, obviously. But it gets to a point where it's like, when you're selling it, because, like, now that makes it look very, very bad to me. Like, in my opinion, I feel as if, like, you're selling it now, and you're trying to go ahead and take credit for something you really didn't do.
Right? Because anybody can go on those websites. What are they? Bing or something like that? Like, where you just...
ChatGPT and shit.
I don't use ChatGPT. The chats I was talking about was, like, the chat bots, like Polybuzz and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. So, I thought the character... What was it? Like C.AI or whatever, where you could call characters and they actually sounded like them. I thought the videos of those were kind of funny. The people just making joke videos, like calling the characters, because they did the voices well with the AI for that. I thought that was funny. But then the actual, like, the ones that keep getting advertised, like, there's been a lot of cosplayers who've gotten into some controversy, like, got shit for advertising for them because they are bad. Like, the more in-depth ones are causing psychosis. Like, there are a lot of people, and it's bad. I did a deep dive on that after my friend's son got caught on those. It's not just like a silly little fun thing. Like, it started out like the whatever one was just silly fun. You could like call the character, nothing too bad. But these ones are to develop like a full in-depth relationship with it. That's what it's built to do, basically. It's bad.
That seems like...
It will, like, write you paragraphs, like 2 paragraphs worth of shit, going in depth. It'll memorize shit that you've said and try to build a bond with you. It'll memorize things about you. Like, there's a lot. It's holy shit. Like, that one kid, there was a 13 or 14-year-old who ended up killing himself over that. Sorry, unalived himself over that. Because he got addicted to, he got a parasocial thing with the AI.
Don't worry about it. That is more lenient with you. Like, and just try to do say unalive, because some people tend to kids are watching this. I'm like, okay.
Self-exited. He self-exited because he got AI psychosis.
Yeah. I want to make sure my shit is 18 plus. I don't care about what your kids do. In my opinion, I don't. Like, seriously, like you hear me cursing up a storm? Yes, this is the 18 plus channel. I'll be upset. That's what your kids are watching. But anyway.
That's what I'm always telling. But I'm like, well, I did that video that went viral on TikTok of talking about the issues with like people not watching their kids and like the crap that was on there and stuff. Like, there's been so many times where I have friends who have 18 plus channels, and they'll be like, yeah, there's kids on here. There's also, sadly, there's adults who will make more like, not 18 plus isn't dirty or anything, but like 18 plus channel. And then they will allow children in their comments. Like, there was the one dude that me and him, I had never heard of him before. And then we ended up having this whole beef thing. And when I went to look into him, his comments are filled with minors calling him daddy and shit. And not in the like, oh, that's my dad. No, in daddy kind of way. And him responding to them and everything. I'm like, so that's inappropriate.
Yeah, that's
not to mention his content isn't really made for minors to be watching.
Yeah, that's it sounds like the VTuber, the VR chat motherfuckers.
Oh god. I have had so many plot stories submitted to me about VR, and I keep having people who are like, oh, you should get VR just to like see, right? Because I have like a VR headset for the PS4 for like Skyrim and shit, but people are like, you should try VR chat if you like playing VR games, not VR chat though. I don't have a VR headset for like I don't have the Oculus or the Meta or anything like that, but I eventually wanted to look into it for regular games. You could not pay me to go into VR chat though. People are like, oh, you could get so many funny stories from there. I'm like, nope. I've had way too many follower submissions. I've done so many podcast episodes where I've like played the audios from these things. They're bad.
Oh yeah, they're pretty bad. There's like a whole channel like go ahead confronting
Yeah, it's like Proxy or something.
Yeah, I believe so. But there's like different type of channels where they're confronting our chat, like predators and everything.
Somebody made like a Chris Hansen version of VR chat in VR chat, like made a Chris Hansen thing, and like catches people.
So why did you come to the server tonight?
Yeah, like they had like a decoy that says they're underage, and they like have them meet at their VR house, and then like it's fucking Chris Hansen.
So why did you come to the server today?
Dear Lord, it's bad.
Yeah, why did you come to the server today, Mario? That's like all the time. It's a guy with Super Mario. Oh, by the way, you might know this character. All right, PlayStation 1.
You're cutting out really bad.
All right, can you hear me now? Hello.
I see a banana.
Yes.
Is it Donkey Kong? Because all I can see is a banana.
Nope, it's PlayStation. So it's PlayStation 1, and you might know what game this is. Ready?
Wait till it gets a little bit closer. Oh, hold on. Your stream is just completely frozen for me right now. Hold on. And now there's a PS controller coming in. Oh, wait. Hold on. There we go. Is it Ape Escape? Is there that monkey?
Yep.
Is that a monkey?
Yep, that's Ape Escape.
Okay. It froze. It was just like straight up controller, and I'm like, PlayStation game that's like a PlayStation controller.
It is definitely Discord, just proving that point. But let me go ahead and actually close this out. All right.
Are you going to a Simpsons island?
No, this is actually.
It looks like the Simpsons.
No, it's actually like that's.
Like I said, it's gotta be the lagging.
Yeah, it is definitely gonna be the lagging, but we'll go to this island in the next episode. All right, guys, definitely subscribe, leave a like. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, turn on your notifications, hit that bell, and stay tuned for another episode of TemGameBoyz.